Have you ever wondered where wars originate? What sparks conflict among nations and peoples? War is a primal instinct, deeply rooted in our struggle for survival and dominance. It begins as territorial fights for resources, much like animals, extending to battles among tribes over hunting grounds and water sources. As societies expanded, our conflicts became more intricate, evolving into wars for control of resources, territory, and ideological supremacy. The stakes grew higher, the strategies more complex, and the impact more far-reaching. Wars aren't just about survival anymore, they're about power, influence, and identity. They're a reflection of our desires and fears, magnified on a global scale. So, wars at their core are a manifestation of our primal instincts evolved into complex socio-political phenomena. As societies evolved, so did the nature of their conflicts. War, a constant companion in the journey of civilization, has been with us since the dawn of human societies. Ancient civilizations like Egypt and Mesopotamia bore witness to some of the earliest recorded wars. These conflicts, primarily driven by territorial gains and the desire to expand, set the stage for the complex dance of warfare that would continue for millennia. As we journey through history, we encounter the Persian Wars, a series of conflicts that raged between Greece and Persia in the 5th century BC. These wars were not just about land. They were also about culture, about a clash between the democratic ideals of the Greeks and the monarchical system of the Persians. Fast forward a few centuries to the Punic Wars, a series of 3 wars fought by the states of Rome and Carthage. These wars were driven by a mix of economic interests, political rivalries, and territorial disputes. The outcome? The destruction of Carthage and the establishment of Rome as the dominant power in the Mediterranean. Then, we arrive at the 2 world wars of the 20th century. These wars were unlike any before them, not just in scale, but also in cause. They were driven by a complex web of political ideologies, national ambitions, and alliances. The First World War was largely about balance of power, while the second was a fight against totalitarian ideologies. The Cold War, while not a traditional war, was a prolonged state of political and military tension between powers in the Western Bloc and powers in the Eastern Bloc. It was a war of ideologies, a struggle between capitalism and communism, a battle of attrition fought with propaganda, economic measures, and technological advancements. Throughout these wars, technology played a pivotal role. From the chariots of ancient times to the nuclear bombs of the modern era, technology has shaped the way wars are fought, making them more deadly and more destructive. As we moved forward in time, the reasons for wars became more complex, intertwined with our evolving societies and technologies. Wars have an undeniable impact, not just on the nations involved, but on the entire world. They leave indelible scars on the canvas of human history, often reshaping geographical boundaries and political landscapes. Countries are born and die on the battlefield, their borders redrawn by the victors, forever altering the global map. But the consequences of war extend beyond lines on a map. They seep into the fabric of societies, altering cultural norms and societal structures. War can bring about social change, for better or worse, and its influence can be felt for generations. The human cost of wars is immeasurable. The loss of life is staggering, and the psychological impact on survivors is profound. The trauma of war reverberates long after the guns have fallen silent, its echoes haunting the survivors and their descendants. Wars leave a lasting imprint, shaping our world in ways often unimaginable. Wars are a part of our shared human story, a grim testament to our capacity for destruction and our enduring struggle for peace. So, what does the future of war look like? As we gaze into the crystal ball of conflict, we see a landscape dramatically altered by technology. Traditional battlefields and physical boundaries become less significant, making way for a new frontier, the digital landscape. Here, cyber warfare reigns supreme, with nations wielding advanced algorithms and artificial intelligence as their weapons of choice. Unmanned drones patrol the skies, their eyes and ears extending far beyond human limitations. But the resources fought over are changing too. Data, the lifeblood of our digital age, becomes a coveted prize. Territories are no longer merely geographical, but extend into the vast expanse of the digital realm. This future, though, is as unpredictable as the past. New technologies, shifting alliances, unforeseen challenges, all these may redraw the contours of conflict in ways we can scarcely imagine today. The future of war might be as unpredictable as its past, but one thing is certain: the quest for peace remains as vital as ever. We've taken a journey through the history of wars, but what have we learned? We've that wars, in their most primal essence, are a reflection of our own instincts: territorial, survival, dominance. As we've evolved, so too have our wars. They've morphed from primal skirmishes to strategic battles, from localized conflicts to global showdowns, and from physical altercations to cyber warfare. We've seen how wars have left indelible marks on our societies, shaping our cultures, altering our landscapes, and redefining our identities. We've also glimpsed into a possible future where wars are no longer fought on battlefields but in the realms of technology and information. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned, we conclude. Yet despite this evolution, the cycle of war and peace continues to turn. It's a dance as old as humanity itself, a rhythm we've yet break. As we strive for a future of understanding, the origins and implications of war might be our most powerful weapon. Let us now take a moment to reflect on this journey we have embarked on together. As war and peace entwine, ponder their origins, the primal instincts that ignited the first conflict. Consider the evolution of warfare shaped by technological progress and strategy. Reflect on war's impact on our societies, cultures, identities. Looking forward, remember the lessons from It's through understanding our history we can hope for a future where peace prevails. This pause is for introspection, learning, hope. As silence lingers, let it instill a sense of responsibility for our world and our future. Remember, the power to break the cycle of war and peace lies within us all.